Hey, what's good, Rich Minds? It's your boy Reno coming back to you with another video. And today's video is going to be about 5 signs you got a blessing on the way. Yeah, I said it. Once again, 5 signs you got a blessing on the way. Now, before I get directly into the video, I want to let you know you are heard. I want to let you know you are beautiful. I want to let you know you handsome. I want to let you know you are special and you are important to the world. And most importantly, you're important to me. See, I appreciate the fact that you tuning into this video just to get this extra confirmation, right? Sometimes you already know. A lot of times we know what we got to do. A lot of times we know who we are. A lot of times we know what we possess and what we have to give to the market, what we have to give to people, and what our value is. But see, sometimes we just need that confirmation. But I also want to let you know, watch and believe who you are. Trust yourself. Trust who you are. And sometimes you don't need other people to tell you that you're good, you're great, you're this, you're that, because you should already know that. But I want to confirm to you that you are. So with that being said, yes, we all are going to go through turmoil. Yes, we all are going to go through hardship. We're going to go through afflictions. Sometimes we're not going to know how to get through it. Sometimes we need help to get through it. So yes, sometimes it is okay to ask. And sometimes you do need other people. I would definitely say that. But I want to just give y'all that battery in y'all back to let y'all know, man. If you want this video, this is confirmation that you got a blessing on the way. So let's get right into it. Number 1, you going through it right now. You going through it. And right now, all the things that's happening, you trying to figure out, why is this happening? Like, why did my car get repoed? Why are they sending me eviction notices? Why are they trying to take my kids? Why do I not have any food? It seems like God is punishing me, right? You feel like you're being punished, but the sad reality is sometimes God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. Sometimes God gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldier. And right now, you his strongest soldier. You his rock. He needs you to keep going. He needs you to not give up. He needs you to believe in yourself like he believed in you. He needs you to believe in yourself like he believed in Moses, Job, Noah, all these strong people who was in the Bible. Like, he needs you to believe in yourself like that, because once you get through this, it's going to be a whole light at the tunnel. It's going to be a major light at the end of that tunnel. And you're going to be able to tell your story to people like, yo, I remember when I was going through that. Y'all know, I remember when I was homeless, right? And I want to tell this story. I want to make sure that y'all understand. I wasn't homeless for a month, years, things like that. I was homeless for a split second, right? And I was able to move in with my brother. Now, I'm still homeless, technically speaking, because I don't have a home. But I was homeless for like a day, literally. And in that time of being homeless, I realized that, man, I'm going through so much, but I know that this is not going to be the end. This is not going to be the end of me. This is not going to stop me from achieving my goals. This is not going to stop me from writing my second book, Rich is Rich Mentality. This is not going to stop me from promoting my business, my Shopify, my e-commerce store. Like, this is not going to stop me, right? So now I want to make sure I understand this. I didn't have a crib for about 2 months. Definitely 2 months. I know for a fact 1 month, and then we went to the second month. So I didn't have a crib for about 2 months. So I had to stay with a best friend. I called him my brother. We notify each other as brothers. But what I'm saying is you talking about a person who had his own crib. And just because my wife cheated or committed adultery and made a childish decision, I gotta be homeless. I gotta give up my townhome just so I can move in with my brother and be right next door to his kid, like I'm a little boy or somebody. I was going through it. But what I'm saying to you is that just because you're going through it, it doesn't mean that you're not gonna get through it. See, the problem is people go through something and they stay there. And I don't even mean physically, but they stay there spiritually, they stay there mentally, and they stay there emotionally. So therefore, they're never able to grow, or they're never able to get to the next level, because their mind, their emotions, and their spirit self is still in the time when they was down, right? So I want to let you know, you may be going through it, but this is not the end of your battle. This is not the end of your battle. You got to keep fighting. You think at the time where I was homeless, right, where I had to literally live with somebody else and I didn't have a home. So you got levels of homelessness. But not having your own crib, period, that's not for the weak. Especially when you already had yours. Because some people they're okay with going through what they're going through. They're okay with, staying with somebody. They're okay with it. They're all right. They're dependents. But when you independent and when you're forced into a situation that you couldn't control, right? You forced into a situation that you could not control, and this is what you're given, it makes you feel some type of way. You feel some type of way about that. It's not for the weak. So I want y'all to understand, if you're going through something right now, this is not your final destination. This is not the only place that you're going to be stuck in, right? You got to keep going and believe in yourself. So the second sign, y'all, you feel alone right now. I remember in those times when I was homeless, right? I felt alone. Even though I had moved in with my brother, right? My close friend, who I call my brother. Even though I had moved in with him, I still felt alone because at the end of the day, my situation was my situation. No, he couldn't go through that for me. Nobody could. My mama couldn't go through that for me. My sister couldn't go through that for me. My dad couldn't go through that for me. So it made me feel like I was by myself. I feel like I was alone. And I felt like I didn't have nobody to truly get through that with me. And honestly, I didn't need nobody to get through it with me. Isolation creates elevation. When you're separated from other people, you're able to hear God more closely and clearly. He's able to get more close up and personal with you versus you got so many things in your ear. He's able to actually talk to you. So I think that in that time, I was able to have certain conversations with God that I couldn't have when I was around, my ex-wife, when I was around, certain friends and certain people. It was things that I had to do. So I believe that being alone is positive in so many ways. Now, during that time, I'm not saying I want to make sure I preach this to y'all. I'm not saying that you should be just alone and by yourself 100% of the time. Me personally, I don't think that that's healthy. I do feel like 70 to 80%, even 85% of the time you should be by yourself. Especially in times where it's needed, in times where you're in your darkness. That's time that you need to hone in on yourself, self-improve yourself, get closer with God, and hear the things that He wants you to do. Get more closer with yourself. But that other 15%, that other 20%, you should be around other people and socialize. Right? When I was going through that time of being homeless, not having my own crib, right? Being inside that place, you know what? I worked at a job. I worked at the bowling alley. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying in Conyers. I'm staying in Covington, Georgia, right? I was in Clarkston. That's where I was staying at, my townhome. My ex-wife and I, and my stepdaughter. And, once I had left, because I left cold turkey. I didn't care. I didn't care about no bills. I didn't care about none of that. Because at the end of the day, disrespect is disrespect and it won't be tolerated, right? So when I'm staying with my bro, I'm like, all right, man. I gotta get some. Number one, I do gotta get some money. And number two, I gotta get out of this crib. I am a entrepreneur. I am a grown man, right? And outside of being a grown man, I'm a man. So I found this job. It was a bowling alley, and it only paid like $7.25 per hour. It paid that amount, but I was getting tips. And don't tell nobody, but I was able to fix drinks on the slide. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was able to fix drinks on the slide. It was a fun job. You know what I'm saying? It was fun. But I was able to fix drinks. I was able to, socialize. I was able to socialize. Like, that was the most important part. Socializing with people, talking to people. Hey, how was your day? Oh, my day was good. What about your day? These are simple things that you may think you don't need, but you need them. And I don't care what nobody say, what coach say, what motivator say, whatever. Yes, you do need to be by yourself I'd say anywhere between 70 to 85% of the time. But that other 15% or that 20%, it's healthy to be around positive environments, not negative, but positive environments, because it keeps you sociable. It keeps you in a state of positivity. It's good to know that, oh, somebody else care about my day. It's good to know that you can uplift somebody else. Sometimes you can get up off of lifting somebody else up who was down. So understand the power of, yes, being alone, but at the same time, it's power in proximity too. Like it's power in being in the right circles and being in the right environments, because the devil's playground is an idle mind, right? An idle mind is the devil's playground. So you want to be sure that you're not giving the devil so much time to work in on you, to seep into your mind, to seep into your thoughts, right? So understand that being by yourself is a good thing, but also it's powerful to be around positivity, right? So number 3, you can feel a change coming. You can feel a change coming even though you don't see it. It's like, I know something happening. I know what's going on. I know that, it's something that's going on. It's something that's good. I know that, I feel a change, but I don't see it, right? I don't see it. And a lot of times when you don't see it, you give up, right? You give up, you stop, you get weary, you get worried, right? You get weary, you get worried. And I want to pause on number 3 too, y'all. I want to make sure that I let y'all know too. On number 2, when I say you feel about going back to the bowling alley job, because I don't want to leave anything out. But going back to the bowling alley job, long story short, that job made me feel great. Like it was so positive, man. It made me feel great, and I was able to, it like just filled the void because I was going through so much, right? I was going through so much, and that job, I can't even lie. That job, out of all my jobs, was the most funnest. It was the funnest job I had, and it served its purpose. It was almost like I wasn't even working. It was like I'm going into a party every day, and I needed it. I needed to be around that type of environment. I wanted to make sure y'all understood, what I was going with that. I was thinking about that as I was doing this video. Now I was like, bro, you ain't telling that. But anyway, y'all, moving forward. So back to number 3. You can feel a change coming, and sometimes it just don't feel like it's not happening fast enough. Sometimes you feel like, bro, like, why am I not, going to the places I want to go, or getting around the people I need to be around, or making the progress that I need to make, or the progress that I know I need to make? Why is that not happening? Why am I not able to make a change? See, you can feel a change coming even though you can't see it. This is how you know you're about to get a blessing. It's done been plenty of times where I felt like something was about to happen, but I couldn't quite put my hand on it. I couldn't quite pinpoint it. I didn't know where it was coming from, but I felt it in my spirit. I felt it in my soul. And this is going back to the beginning of the video, y'all. You got to trust yourself. We are born with a divine spirit. We are born with the divine spirit. We are born with the gift of discernment. Now, I want to make sure I make that clear. Some people have the gift of discernment, some people don't. But what everybody does have is intuition. And see, discernment and intuition is practically the same thing. But the reason why they call it a gift, or the gift of discernment, is because some people have it, but they haven't unlocked it. Some people have it, but they have not become aware of it. So that's why it's called a gift of discernment. And initially, we all have discernment, but the people who have the gift of discernment are the people who realize that they have it. The people who are woke, the people who understand, the people who have that extra sense of intuition. Like, I move off my spirit, I move off of my soul. Like, well, my spirit, I understand that, okay, nah, I don't need to do that. Oh, no, I don't need to go over here. I don't need to talk with this particular person. They're not naive. Some people, they have it, but they so naive and they so unaware to where they put themselves in a position to where they can't even unlock their discernment. So when you feel a change coming, you got that discernment is working. You can feel a change coming, even though you can't see it, right? So number 4, y'all, God is sending you clear visions or dreams. God is sending you clear visions or dreams. What you mean, Reno? Let me explain. So you may have a dream, right? Matter of fact, I'm going to use myself and then I'll get back to that because I know y'all like to hear real life stories that actually happen to people. So I want to give y'all my story. So one night I had a dream and I was just going into a bag of money. Like I was just, like it was a dream. I was going to a bag of money, I was counting racks, just counting racks. And then I was like, I woke up, I was like, bro, I had a dream like I was counting like a lot of money, like I was counting up. Well, shortly after that, 2 weeks after that, I had got $20,000, right? I had got $20,000. Now, I'm gonna keep it the buck with y'all. I gotta keep it the buck with y'all because y'all can see through the BS, and one thing that I'm not is BS. So I'm gonna keep it the buck with y'all. I got a PPP loan that is fully forgiven. Let's be real too. I want to make sure y'all understand. My PPP loan is fully forgiven, right? So I want to make that super clear. This ain't no scamming. I'm not a scammer. I'm not promoting scamming. None of that. But my PPP loan was fully forgiven. I have a legitimate business, Rich Mentality Empire LLC. I have a real life business and I did everything that I was supposed to do with it. But what I'm saying is, right before that, I had a dream that I was going in my bag counting like a lot of money. Now, $20,000 is not enough money to live off of, but it's definitely a lot of money to invest. It's definitely a lot of money that you can give yourself a chance. You can get yourself out the hole. You know what I'm saying? So I started understanding like, yo, bro, like this is really real. God will really send you dreams or visions when he about to bless you, right? When he about to bless you, he'll really send you dreams and visions. And that was a dream that I had. And I lie to y'all not, y'all. 2 weeks later, I had got $20,000 that was still from the PPP loan, but everybody didn't get a PPP loan. Some people did, some people didn't. But I was one of the ones who was fortunate to get it. So that was a story that happened to me, and I'm saying the same thing to y'all. And it don't got to be just about money. I want to make that clear. It does not have to be just about money. It can be a career that you have, a job that you want, opening a business. It can be, you know, just simple as anything, thing that you're doing for your kid. It can be anything, some type of goal that you have, whatever the case is. But what I'm saying is that he's going to send you clear dreams and visions. And remember, he showed you the vision. He didn't show it to them, right? He called you, and it wasn't a conference call. So sometimes people is not going to understand what you're talking about. I talk about a lot of things, right? And sometimes it sounds crazy to people. But see, if your dream and if your vision is too simple and people understand it, it's not big enough. You got to have big dreams and big visions. See, if people be like, oh, okay, you can do that, then it's not big enough. It got to be, you sure you can do that? Can you do that? All right. I mean, hey, they even got to think of it like, you sure you can do that? Because that means that you have big dreams and big visions. So don't sleep on that, y'all. If y'all have dreams and visions and they keep coming, believe it. Your blessing is on the way, right? And number 5, y'all. Number 5. The enemy is working harder to destroy your faith. The enemy is working harder to destroy your faith, right? If you are a prayer warrior, if you are a person who are going through it, right? And whenever you go through it, you pray. You pray it off, right? You work hard. You put work behind that prayer. You put faith behind that prayer. And you just keep going. You keep going. You keep going. But the enemy keeps setting you back. Keep setting you back. Keep pushing you back. Putting this person in your life to take from you. Putting this person in your life to drain you. That's the enemy working overtime to destroy your faith. See, all we need is the faith the size of the mustard seed. All we need is faith the size of a mustard seed. Mustard seed is that small, very tiny. And that's all we need. That faith that we have that's the size of a mustard seed can move mountains. It can move mountains. All you got to do is believe in God just a little bit. All you got to do is just believe in your plans just a little bit. All you got to do is just believe in the things that you got going on, the ideas that you have in your head, the career that you always wanted, that entrepreneurial vision that you always wanted to accomplish. All you got to do is believe in that just a little bit, and it'll move mountains. So the devil is going to work harder. It's going to work extra harder. Why? Because he can see the grace that's over your life. He can see the favor that's over your life, right? He can see the things that God is going to do for you in the future. He can see the things that's going to happen for you. He can see it. I always use this analogy. I say, everybody, when they watching a Jason movie or a Freddy movie, we'll just say Jason. When they're watching the Jason movie, everybody on the outside can be like, hey, get out there. No, don't do that. Don't go in that room. He right there, you fool. Hey, bro, get out the way, bro. You tripping. You can say that because you're on the outside. But see, when you're on the inside, it's kind of hard to, you like, I don't know where to go. Hold on, let me, like, what? It's kind of blurry to you because you are on the inside. You don't understand the greatness that God has in you. You don't understand the destination. You don't see it, but see, the devil see it. He on the outside looking like, ooh, boy, if you get that door right there, you finna get that blessing. Ooh, girl, if you just go over to the left just a little bit more, you may hit that blessing. Let me distract you a little bit. Yeah, let me put you behind on the car payment. Let me take a little bit of that money away from you, right? Let me do something. Let me put some type of obstacle in your life to change your perspective. And I want to take your faith. So I want to let y'all know, these are the 5 signs that you have a blessing on the way. Don't take these signs lightly. If 3 of these, at least, man, I don't care if only 1 resonate with you. Best believe you got a blessing on the way. Best believe you got a blessing on the way, y'all. So, man, look, I appreciate y'all tuning into the video, y'all. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all check the link down below. Check out one of my shirts. Check out one of my books. And guess what? I will see you surely in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.